Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Thursday night slash Friday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. I'm in Da Nang, Vietnam, and good to be back after my food poisoning incident on Monday night. I think I've fully recovered from that, feeling pretty good today, and the markets have bounced back a little bit. So let's check that out. We will go to the charts. All right, I'm on my Bitcoin, my Bitcoin hour chart, and actually, let's go to X or Twitter. As a breaking story 5 hours ago, the SEC just confirmed Bitcoin and proof of work mining are not securities. Bitcoin stays untouchable under U.S. law. So untouchable might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but so far the Trump administration has been very crypto friendly, and that has generally been good news for crypto, though we've had some turmoil in the markets, um, and that has helped us as day traders. Not so good for swing trades, but this is pretty good news. So I thought I'd go ahead and feature that and go over to my Bitcoin chart on the 1 hour. So 5 hours ago, shot up to 86.5, but then retraced quite a bit to 83.7. Now we're at about 84.5. And I saw something in X also about the CME gap being filled, so that's good news. And we'll see if we can get a prolonged pump in Bitcoin and the rest of the markets today and the rest of the week into the weekend. Let's look at Ethereum. Looks pretty good as well. Also on the hour chart, had that big pump. Um, Broke 2,000 and then dipped down to about 1950. We're just below, hovering below 2,000 now, and above the EMAs for the 1 hour chart. So I haven't seen that in a while. On the day chart, still well below the 2050 and 200 EMAs, which we were hoping would act as support, but have not for Ethereum. I'd like to see Ethereum make a big move to propel the rest of the altcoins into altcoin season. I also saw on X that maybe we're in a recession going back to 2022, but not sure what to make of that. Well, so that's the overall news as far as I know, in the markets overall and crypto. Anybody have anything else to add to that?
The private dominance chart is still a bit dominant, so the switchover is not going to be too soon.
The private dominance chart?
Bitcoin dominance.
Bitcoin dominance, right. So we haven't
I
looked at
think
that
there's
in a while.
BTC.D
Yeah,
is
I've got it on my
chart.
chart. I look at it occasionally. Yeah, it's in the 60s. It dips down here, and when it gets down in the 50s and 40s, that's when altcoins tend to have a bigger move. But with Bitcoin dominance in the 60s, then that's less likely. All right. Well, how do we make money in this market? Let's go to Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some coins.
Right.
All right.
So there it is. You just pulled up back
I'm
to the
hearing
screen. I just
some
broke it.
I'm hearing some background noise. I'm gonna have to
And here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute all. So unmute yourself if you want to say hello or have something to add. Okay, I'm on Altcoin Alert. I have easy mode off, altcoin radar selected. I have all the columns before me. Going to refresh. Then we'll start with the AA scores. This is where I usually look. I could kind of go right to left on the screen here to look for coins to follow throughout the day. I set my alerts and I wait for those alerts to kick in before I make trades. That's how I usually trade using Altcoin Alert. Okay, I'm doing a sort on AA score, looking for values 80 and higher and not finding any. So due to the market turmoil earlier in the week, we don't really have anything up above 80. So I'm going to head over to some other sorts. I like social activities, probably my favorite. I want to match that up with trading activity. And those can be useful to follow. Looking for coins I know have some amount of volume and trade on exchanges I like to trade upon. Numer, Kava, Pancake Swap, Komodo. Not really seeing anything I like to trade. EOS. I have been trading this coin this week, so let's start with that one. Okay, this is my day trading layout on TradingView. If you're interested in receiving it, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com and I can send you a link to this chart. Quick description of the chart. I'm on the 15-minute, and I've got supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo. It's a free indicator I use for support and resistance. Support is the green zone, resistance the red, and then I add some emphasis on the middle, and I'm kind of currently in the middle in no man's land. Then I use the RTI, Relative Trend Index, for alerts. Some of my favorites are the break below the 20 and the recovery. We're in that area now for EOS. So if it's already broken below the 20, if it breaks back up, you get a move like this. Bring up my vertical line. Here we have a dip below the 20 and then a break back up. And that was a 2.4% move. Pretty good day trade. I'm only looking for a 1 to 1.5% move on the charts myself as a day trader. I'm trading on a foreign exchange using leverage. If you're new to this type of trading, you should be doing it on a spot account, probably with Coinbase or Kraken or one of those until you get good at it. And then I have the Cumulative Delta, which I use for some trend-based trades, but not very often. All right, so on EOS, the alert I would set if I were trading this as a spot trade, right-click, add an alert on the RTI, choose crossing up on the 20 for the value. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day. Custom name, I usually use the information source, AA score. If you type it into TradingView a few times, it will remember, and you can just type in a couple letters and the rest will fill in. Click on it and you're good to go. On the notifications, notify an app on my phone, toast notifications, a pop-up on my computer, play a sound also on my computer. There's a lot of sounds to choose from, so I tend to use different sounds for different alerts. And click create. And there you see it. And that's how that works. Now, as a day trader on leverage exchange, I'm going to trade both directions, long and short. So if I get something like this, where it breaks above the 80 and then dips back down, that can be a good entry on a short. See, 3.2%. So that would have worked for me. So I'm going to do a different alert. Gonna modify this alert. Edit, right clicked on it. So instead of crossing up, I'm gonna go with entering a channel. Upper bound is 80, lower bound is 20. Click save, everything else is the same, and I get this rectangle. So, and that should show up in my alerts. Yeah, AA score purchase EOS. So there it is. Any questions on EOS, the day trade? I have a swing trade layout as well, though I haven't done very well in swing trading lately. So I'll click on the one here, which is a 1 hour chart. I have the same indicator for support and resistance, the supply and demand visible range. And then I'm using the SuperTrend for alerts and entries, and Trendilo LSMA, this moving average indicator. Use that for confirmation. So on EOS, if I wanted to get in now, it's 13% back to the red zone, which would be a pretty good swing trade. In a few days, looks like it would happen. But we don't have a good entry signals on our indicators. We don't have a buy signal on SuperTrend, and we don't have a green Trendilo LSMA. So right click on the SuperTrend. If you want to trade both directions, you can leave it on direction change. If you want to go long, spot trade, select SuperTrend buy only once. Custom names, AA score. Notifications are the same, but I might choose handbill or fault. And click on create. You're good to go for your swing trade alert. Unfortunately, my swing trade budget is depleted, so I won't be setting up any of those. All right, any questions on the swing trade on EOS? All right, let's look at, okay, that was social activity. Let's look at a 1 hour projected range. Looking for something like this, like UMA, which has lower a positive number and upper a positive number. So it's only got 1.77 as an average, which isn't great. This eCash has a very low number on the lower part, as does swap. What I don't like is something like Zap, where upper is 16, lower is 14. I don't think that's very useful. Shiba. So let's look at the UMA. But I'm not sure if I've looked at this one before. It's on Coinbase and Kraken. So yeah, it's had a nice move. It's broken above the 80 on the RTI. Usually means it's due for a retrace. So if you want to get in now based on support and resistance and a strong move, the top of the red zone is 4%, not bad. Otherwise, you set your alert on the RTI for a retrace, add an alert, crossing up on either the 20 or the 50. Something's generally pumping pretty well. I might go with the 50. But this one's been in the 20s lately, so maybe I'll choose the 20. Once per bar close, custom name, 1 hour, projected range. notification, click create, and you're good to go for UMA. Okay, let's look at this one as a swing. And not bad. It's below the middle. Came out of the green zone on Monday. But we were in got a super trend buy signal, and the LSMA just turned green. So if you got in now, there's some resistance here, about 4%. And then 2 candles pushing way up here, the 15% range. Shorter ones here at about 8%. So I think either 8% or 15 would be reasonable for a swing. If you're inclined to do that, good luck. All right, any questions on UMA as a swing or day trade? All right, very well. Let's go back to Altcoin Alert and look at short-term sentiment. Match that up with Elder Impulse hourly over here. And see what we can do. Pixels is bullish on both. PHA. Just not finding things I usually trade. And then now we're out. Been a little discouraged by short-term sentiment lately. It hasn't been matching up very well. So I tend to use long-term sentiment. Match that up with Elder Impulse Daily. And get a few better ones that way. I've only got 11 bullish on Elder Impulse Daily. So in that situation, I'll just sort by that. TON is bullish on both. NK, Kava, REQ. I used to trade Kava a lot. Let's look at that one. It's up 8% today. That's pretty good. That's still on my list. Yes. Let's see where it is though. It's on Coinbase and Kraken. All right, on the day trade layout, we're above the 80. So it looks like you were either below the 20 or above the 80 on most of these coins. So if you do get a dip back down like this, below the 20, here's a dip and a retrace. That was a really nice move. 10% if you stayed in the whole time. So right click on the RTI, crossing up on the 20, once per bar close, long-term sentiment. And the rest is the same. Click create and you've set your alerts for the day trade. All right, let's look for Kava as a swing. And we're at the top of its current range. So let's look at some longer time frames. We're at the top of the range for the 4-hour and the 8-hour, but not the day chart. So if you want to do a swing and hold it for a long time, your resistance over here, going back 108 days, it's about 28%. I don't know if that's a great return for that long a time. So use your best judgment. Depends on what kind of trader you are. That's longer than I want to hold a trade. So go back to the hour, and I think I'd pass on this one. But I mean, currently, the buy signal and the candle action is strong, and the Trendilo is green. So you've got those green lights, but you are at resistance for the 1 hour chart. I'd probably pass on this one. Any questions on Kava? All right, let's see what else we can find on Altcoin Alert. Pancake swap. This one was in the news yesterday, the day before. I can't remember why. If someone knows, let me know. Cake. Not on my list. On Kraken, on futures anyway. Coinbase on perpetual contract. That's interesting. Let's look at that. See if there's any volume on that. Yeah. This is Coinbase's futures contract, I think. All right, so 15-minute chart. We're below the 20. So this one's due for a recovery. And the last time it broke below 20 and came back was here. And a little dip, and then, almost 9% move to the red zone would be, 10 to 11%. So it's got potential. Set your alert here, right click on the RTI, and you know the rest. I've done a few of them already, so. Interesting. All right, let's look at the swing trade option. Trending down on the Trendilo, so we have disagreement between that and the super trend. Kind of close. If you got in now and it turned around to the red zone, be 15% in, a couple days. That would be nice. But we don't have a super trend on our side yet. So right click on super trend, set that alert by, you know the rest. So. Okay, any questions on K because of the day or swing? All right. Well, that's about all I had to look at on Altcoin Alert. Do you guys have any coins you want to look at, or any news items to discuss or anything like that? All right, this one's going to be a little shorter than usual. I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for Robin's kind comments in the comments. Appreciate it. And assuming I dodge any other foreign funky foods, I should be back on Monday, and we'll pick it up again there. Guys, have a good weekend. Bye.